What's up, everybody? Mark here, bringing you a figure unboxing and review, something different though that I don't normally do. Today we are going into the world of professional wrestling. We are going back to when Hulkamania was running wild into your living room in World Championship Wrestling. And by that, I mean today we are going to be reviewing the Mattel WWE Series 18 Legends Hulk Hogan. Let's talk about it. So, like I said, I don't really do wrestling figure reviews. I don't really collect wrestling figures a whole heck of a lot. Just very rarely. As a matter of fact, every wrestling figure I believe I own is down on the... Why can I not point to that today? Is down on the shelf behind me. And I do have a nice little run of Hulk Hogan figures. And I saw this one. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I was surprised to find it at my local Target. It is a Target exclusive, as I mentioned. So I was like, I'm going to pick it up. 24 bucks, I think it was. And I was like, sure, it looks really cool. And yeah, it'll just kind of help fill out that run of Hulk Hogan figures I have. Yeah, as a kid, I loved professional wrestling. When I was a little boy, I was a Hulkamaniac through and through. And whenever the late 90s wrestling boom came again, I was a big fan then as well. And I was a fan still of Hulk Hogan. Not my favorite wrestler of all time, but definitely up there. He's, he's probably part of my Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling. I don't know. I go back and forth all the time. That's another video for another time, though. So yeah, saw this figure. I was like, wow, that looks really cool. It's an exclusive. It's Hulk Hogan. Why not? I'm the exact shill that Mattel is looking for when it comes to buying these figures, because I don't buy many. And if it's going to be a legend type figure, I'm probably going to pick it up, especially a name like Hulk Hogan. So with that, we're going to turn over to review this figure in the package, see what it's all about. Then we'll unbox it. We'll see what it's all about there, and can't wait to get into it. So let's get to it. Okay, here we go. We have the WWE Legends Series 18 Elite Hulk Hogan. Stumbling over my words. This is definitely Hulk Hogan, not Hollywood Hogan. So, more specifically, this is the first appearance of Hulk Hogan in WCW, if I'm recalling correctly. So, you've got WCW version of Hulk Hogan after he left the WWF. He went over to his rival, WCW, and he had a little bit of a different look to him, not much. But, yeah, this is his version. So, of course, we got the picture of Hulk Hogan. We've got the true FX lifelike details. As I mentioned, Series 18, part of the WWE Elite Collection. So, pulling him forward, he looks very cool. Definitely the WCW version of Hogan. We'll get into that a little more when we unbox it. But I love the front packaging art. I love that look because it's definitely the I don't know what to call it. It's the thinner Hulk Hogan. You know, Hogan pre-steroid scandal in the early 90s was a very huge man, and then he kind of thinned out when that whole steroid thing against the WWE and Vince McMahon went down. But again, that's another story for another time. So we've got our picture of him. On the side, we have the same picture with the WWE Legends logo. And of course, we have on the back, we have Series 18 Hulk Hogan titles, WWE Champion, WCW World Heavyweight Champion. And it says, well, let me tell you something, brother. Every Hulkamaniac knew that Hulk Hogan was the biggest force in WWE. So it sent shockwaves around the world when in 1994, Hulkster debuted in WCW and challenged Ric Flair for the WCW Heavyweight Championship. Soon, Hulkamania was running wild over WCW. And of course, at the bottom, you have the cross-sell with the head shrinkers, Fatu and Samu, and Paul E. Dangerously, and of course, Hulk Hogan. So yeah, very cool to have this figure. But yeah, it's definitely a cool figure representing that moment in time, 1994, where Hulk Hogan showed up at his rival, WCW, and challenged Ric Flair for the heavyweight title. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy out of his plastic prison, and we're going to come back and we're going to see what this guy's all about. Okay, we have got the Hulkster out of his plastic prison, and he is ready to run wild with Hulkamania over all of us. Just looking at the figure, super cool. First impressions, love the wristbands, love the tights, love the boots, like the actual cowboy boots, love the cloth goods tank top. Very cool. I like when my figures come with cloth good accessories when it's done right. And so having the form-fitting Hulkster shirt, and the nice thing is it's that Hulkster logo he had for WCW, and they even put the little WCW logo on it, which I do remember being on the shirt. And then of course just Velcroed on the back. Yeah, even has the Hulkster down the leg. The boots are cool. I like that it's a darker yellow, because I do seem to recall those boots being just a hair bit darker than his actual tights and trunks. The wristbands, they do, if I can get it to focus, they do actually, it's not the best print in the world, but it does say Hogan, WCW. I assume that's just, they're probably going to look about the same. We'll try to get on this side. That one actually looks a lot better. So yeah, it just says Hogan, WCW, but I remember he had those. Probably had those. Those are probably something at souvenir stands you could have bought if you went to a wrestling event. But man, definitely looks like Hogan from early 90s WCW. One thing I'm noticing, and they've done this on some of the Hogan figures, especially the later years Hulk Hogan, is that he's just a hair too light in color. Like his skin tone doesn't match up to that Hogan skin tone. I always remember that was just like I don't know, past bronze. It's like a reddish bronze color. It's somebody's been tanning on Venice Beach too much, but hey, that's where Hogan's from. So yeah, as far as articulation goes, I've never done a wrestling figure review before, but if you are familiar with the Elite collection, it's kind of essentially the Black Series or the Marvel Legends kind of line for Mattel's wrestling figures. They have better articulation. He's got an ab crunch in there. Obviously, he's got joints at the biceps, at the elbows, the wrist, bend his fist up and down, swivels, full 360, upper thigh cut, knees, double jointed knees, articulated ankles. Does not seem to be a rocker ankle though. Either that or it's really tight with these boots. I can't really tell. I think it is a rocker. It's just, yeah, it is. It's just very tight. And so yeah, it's a very cool figure. And of course, we don't just have this figure itself. We have some cool accessories that go along with it. So of course, Hogan's got two fists and he has two gripping hands. I think I have them in the wrong, oh, maybe I didn't, I guess. So he's got two gripping hands, which, I don't really know what we'd use the gripping hands for, but I'm a fan of having extra accessories, where I think with wrestlers having extra hand accessories is good. And then we have another set of hands for doing the classic Hulkamania hand up to ear, or if you want to put a good old knife edge chop on Ric Flair or the like. We've got two open hands with some nice spacing in between the fingers, so that's very cool. He comes with his Hulkster weight belt. Again, very cool, because he did wear this a lot in WCW. I do recall that. And then finally his, of course, his bandana that says Hogan. Now this bandana, I believe, is a little different than the one that he would normally wear. I actually think it's different than the one that's on the picture of the package. So just for, I'm just looking over real quick, because yeah, it's actually, on the package, it looks to be almost inverted, like it's see, this does look a little different to me, but regardless, of course, it fits right on his head snug, as all Hulk Hogan bandanas should do. And I mean, there's no doubt about it, this is Hulk Hogan. So let's get the weight belt on him as well. And of course, it's just got these little snaps. Matter of fact, a lot of Hogan figures come with weight belts, because in his NWO days and even into the Hollywood Hogan that wore the red and yellow, he continued to wear the weight belt, which is cool, fine by me. So I'm gonna do my darndest to get this on here. I'm not good at putting these things on. Taking him off screen for just a second. So what I'm doing is trying to get this last little piece of the weight belt to snap in place. And it's not doing a great job for me, because that's how these things work. So I'll let you guys once again watch me fail miserably at getting this weight belt on. So the question is, does the weight belt go over the shirt or under the shirt? I would say over. But what do you guys think? Does it go, leave me a comment, does it go over the belt or over the shirt or under the shirt? I feel like it goes over the shirt and he just always tear the shirt off. So I've got 3 out of the 4 going on without an issue. And of course the 4th one's just not working out for me. So we're just gonna leave it like that. Of course, on the back, it's gonna say Hulkster. So I'm gonna try to center that up and make it look as good as it possibly can. So there you go. You've got Hulk Hogan. Mine has got a loose head. Look at that. That might be a little drawback for it. That loose head is kind of concerning. Yeah, it just seems to want to tip forward. Huh. Oh well, still a really cool figure. I do have my other 2 Hulk Hogans that I have. Figure we'd throw them in as a quick comparison. So we've got Hollywood Hulk Hogan from his final WWE run. And of course, we've got the 80s version of Hulk Hogan with the World Championship belt. So I think this super tan Hogan is kind of what I wish this tan Hogan looked like, or this Hogan looked like, and even this one, because these 2 are the same shade. And it works, so it's not a huge deal to me, but I really think when you're going with a Hulk Hogan, you should be going with the as tan as you can possibly get in version. Also, I noticed that this is the same, these 2 are the same skin color, skin tone as the NWO Wolfpack and NWO Black and White Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan. But yeah, there's just a quick little comparison of them. So what do you guys think? Do you think WCW Hulk Hogan is worth the pickup? I think he is. I think if you're a Hulk Hogan collector like I am, when it comes to wrestling figures, of course you should pick him up. My Target had 3 of them on the pegs. I don't know how many are shipped to a store, but they look like they've just been put out. I just was very fortunate to have to go to Target today and actually saw a lot of wrestling figures. So hint, hint, be on a lookout for some more wrestling figure reviews. There were a lot of wrestling figures out today, so I don't know if I just got very lucky or what. But, oh, that reminds me. My wife was comparing, saying, hey, I think, I'm going to move him out of the way. She said, I think this Hulk Hogan has a different face than this one. And I said, oh, no, they're the same face. They have to be, right? But let's just find out. Let's put it to rest. So, Hulk, man, that head is loose all of a sudden. I wonder if I did that. So, we got that Hogan, and I will take the bandana and glasses off this Hogan. And I will even take off the boas just to compare. See, this one has a plastic shirt, and I wish they would do cloth goods. So here we go. You guys tell me. I'm taking off the bandana on this one as well. Oh, interesting. They didn't paint. He has a little notch up here where it looks like they made it where there should be more hair, but they didn't paint it. Like here, oh, I didn't even notice that. Here they paint on that little bit of hair. Interesting. Does this one have that? Oh, this one does too. Does this one have this one has a smooth head though. This one has a little wrinkle in it though. I don't know if that's coming across on camera, but maybe they're not the same head. I don't know. I can't get them both on here at the same time. Oh man, I think they're the same head, but this, you can see that, right? See that little divot right there? I think, and that definitely doesn't exist on this one. Oh, that's smooth as a baby's bottom. This has definitely got a bump on it. So is it the same head? I don't know, Hulkamaniacs. Maybe they're not the same head. She said this one's nose was bigger. And man, they are darn close. But there's definitely something wrong with the top of the... Not wrong, I shouldn't say that. There's just something like they maybe were going to put another piece of hair on top of his head. Like, I don't even think I have another Hogan to compare it to. That's of this era. Man, I hate being wrong. I normally am with my wife. But yeah, there you go. Quick review of the figures. But yeah, what do you guys think? WCW debut of Hulk Hogan. Worth the pickup? Not worth the pickup? Don't like Hulk Hogan? Love Hulk Hogan? Drop me a comment. I'm going to be doing some more wrestling figure reviews this week. I've got a Ultimate Edition Razor Ramon I want to review. Also got some Masters of the Universe Origin figures coming up. Got He Skeletor coming up this week. Also have Masterverse Manny Faces review coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and we will see you later.